So Brandy is working at the computer. This is not a great setup. Oh, and there's a timer going off on her phone. And that is her 30-minute timer that she's now trying to shut off. Of course, it won't work. So now it's time to stretch. She needs a stretch break. So for you, those of you that are reluctant to leave the chair, let's do a quickie stretch for 2 minutes that we can do while seated. So first thing she's going to do is just to start to look up and then look down and look up and look down. Good. And now she's going to look right and left. And you notice that she's keeping that good alignment as she's doing that. She's not all slumped trying to do this. So if you were really slumped going into this, correct your posture before you do that. And then she's going to do side bending, so tilting her head to the side and then to the other side. And she can also grab the edge of her chair and then tip her head to the side. That'll give her a bigger stretch on that right scalene muscle there. Good. And then she can do the other side. Good. And then she's going to bring her arms up and she's going to take a deep breath in. Good. And then she's going to bring her arms up and pull those elbows back behind her. She's going to keep her head in neutral as she's doing that. And don't thrust your ribs out. Good. And then she's going to lace her fingers together, reach forward. She could turn her palms the other direction to get a flexor stretch of her fingers. Good. And then she's going to pull back again. So each of these you can do 2 or 3 times as you need it. And then let's go into a hip flexor stretch. So we're doing a lot of sitting. So all you have to do is spin sideways on the chair. Slide one leg backwards. You want to make sure your back doesn't excessively arch when you're doing that. See the belly sticking out? So now she kind of tucked her bottom under and she feels that stretch in the left anterior thigh hip area. Okay? And again, we want to make sure that we're staying in good alignment for these. We're breathing, not holding our breath. And then she could do the same thing to the other direction. And again, a nice stretch in the front of that hip. They're getting shortened all day long while we're sitting in front of that computer, sitting watching the latest episode, binge watch, or just doing nothing. All right. And then she could also stand, face her computer, put one leg on the chair, and slide it back. And here she needs to be careful that she doesn't let those ribs stick out, doesn't let her abdomen stick out. Right, so she wants to correct that by tucking that bottom under and trying to push that leg that's on the chair backwards so she feels that nice stretch, maybe just a little lower in the thigh. And if she wants to get into her quadriceps more, she's going to bend her standing leg. There you go. Good. And come on up.